What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another, bomba transfer news video because Giuntoli is already trying to spend massive money. And when I'm saying massive, it's actually nothing compared to what we've seen last summer, which makes it very interesting. Weird, confusing is that we don't know who the coach is going to be. We don't know what formation he's going to play. And the news is that he is already making signings for the unknown coach to play in unknown competitions. So is this the way for Giuntoli to save his job? Because he's not going anywhere this summer, that's clear, to spend even more money on more quote unquote big time players to try and get us out of this slump? Or is that just absolutely a no-go? That spending money will make things, weirdly enough, even worse than what they are right now. Because yes, quality is lacking, but man, leadership and real men and real players and real characters in this locker room are definitely missing. And can you buy that by spending? Well, I'm going to talk about the names, and it's not just Sudokov, it's the Kuiper, it's Osimhen, it's Tonali, it's 200 million euros at least, So that is insane in itself because we're not going to get in Champions League by the looks of it. And who the hell are we going to sell to make up for that money? Before we get into it, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's start talking about Giuntoli spending his way out of this mess. Okay, so Surukov, the first one, really quickly, if you need to believe the rumors, like in a normal situation, you should be happy. You're like, man, we have so much money to spend. Fantastic. The club is healthy. That's not the case. That's what makes it all insanely confusing. But Surukov, the news broke that we have made an official offer for Surukov, who we have been looking at for years right now, and who Giuntoli has been looking at as well when he was at Napoli. And there have been already talks with Shakhtar. Giuntoli is driving the move as he views Surukov's style as a fit. That's the weird part. Fit for what? What style? What coach? Like, that is actually crazy when you read that. However, he said Napoli, his ex-club, and Brentford are also interested, but Juve is first to place a bid. And then Mirko Di Natale came out and he said, I have confirmation that Juve is actually in for Surukov, and actually not just in, but opening talks. But Shakhtar won between 40 and 50 million euros, which we already knew for ages because he signed a new deal and he had a massive, insane release clause in that contract as well. I like Surukov as a player. I like a lot of players Giuntoli is quote-unquote targeting. However, I don't think that is the way out of this mess. How are you trying to sign a player? And the news is like, he's found some suited to the style. And I'm like, what style? Like, what coach? Because you chose Motta and his style. You sacked him or you moved on from him. So I cannot trust you to have a vision that's so clear that it's like, Surukov fits the next guy I'm trying to bring in as a coach, which I don't think he's in charge to bring in the next coach as well. So the entire story is weird. The price tag is also insane. I like Surukov. I really like Surukov as a player. I really, really do. I don't care he plays in the Ukrainian league. Because I know a lot of people have an issue with the leagues and stuff. I don't care. If a player is good enough, if he has qualities, I'm fine with that. However, Coal Miners had qualities. Douglas Luiz had qualities. Look at them now. Like, spending money is good in terms of we need to spend money because the quality in this team is low. But we spent money last season. We spent it poorly and also in a weird way. I don't think the issue is we overspend for players. If we spend 30, 35, 38 million for Coal Miners and 30 million for Nico Gonzalez and far less for Douglas Luiz, it would still be bad. But I know the fan base will be like, yeah, but there were fair prices and it didn't work out. Weird that it didn't work out and it's not okay, but it wasn't that much. Now, no, I cannot trust Giuntoli with any penny, even though I like players, Tonali is also a massive main target, probably the main target, not Surukov. And it's 70 million and Douglas Luiz and whatever, this and that. This is more about everything Giuntoli is touching right now is turning into a shit show. The only thing that's kind of working out is Turam and maybe Di Gregorio. Other than that, it's a complete mess from Colt Miners to Nico Gonzalez to Douglas Luiz to Conceição. It's bad, and that's about 200 million. And now he's ready to spend another 200 million. He's targeting big time fees for midfielders, but at the back we still have Lloyd Kelly, who we also need to pay Newcastle 20 million still. Like, it's good that potentially you have money to spend, but it's also bad that Giuntoli has money to spend right now. Now, the next one is the Kuiper, who plays in the Belgium League. And I know what some of you will say, the Belgium League and this and that. He plays for Bruges, and it's from Fabrizio Romano and Matteo Moretto saying that we are targeting a left back in the summer, which is obvious because because Cambiaso is out. I don't care what his agent says. The way he is playing, he's out. There's no way you love the club. You actually want to play for the club. And those are the performances you're putting in. And with performances, I mean just being lackluster, not caring, trying to flick a ball, causing problems all over the place instead of helping the team. I'm sorry. I cannot believe you, and he will be sold. I think that's very obvious that he doesn't want to be here right now. That being said, the Kuiper, a lot of teams want him. Napoli, Milan, Premier League clubs. He's 24. I'm going to be honest because I watch the Belgium League every single week, literally. I'm watching Bruges right now, actually. That being said, the Kuiper is a good player. He really is a good player. He is, like, the engine he has is big time. Like, he can go for a full 90 minutes. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Lichtsteiner, where it's a player that he can play for 3 games straight, you feel. That being said, he also reminds me to Lichtsteiner, where I thought Lichtsteiner was a very, very solid player. He wasn't world class. He didn't excel in defending. He didn't excel in attacking. He had the overlapping and stuff. But it was because he had a big engine that everything he did looked very good defensively and attacking. That's the same thing. So I know people are high on him, but if you watch him on a weekly basis, which I do, I like him, but I don't want people to think that we are getting some insane thing. He might turn out to be that, but right now, from what he's shown, he has not shown a potential where it's like that special. If I'm being honest, I want to say something. However, I think he will be a good option to replace Cambiaso. That being said, Bruges are not letting him go for cheap. He will cost you between 20 and 30 million euros as well. But you sell Cambiaso, you have no choice, and then you still need to look at a backup. That being said, also news out of Turkey for Osimhen. I don't know the source. I'm not going to butcher the name as well. I'm being completely honest. But we've been linked with Osimhen for weeks, months, and we have been tipped to be the main guys, to get him. David Ornstein already ruled out Man U, saying Man U are not going in for him, and Chelsea are not willing to pay the wages. What makes me reflect on, we are going to pay the wages? That's one. And two, the news is that the bid that he and Napoli received, or the bids they have received, the best one, the highest one, both for Napoli and Osimhen, is from us. Again, who are you planning to build a squad for, Giuntoli? You can sign players, and Osimhen, like, the qualities of Osimhen are not, you cannot deny them. Yeah, he misses chances, but he scores a lot. I like him as a footballer. I really do. His character is an issue. And usually I don't have an issue with character, but with this squad, I cannot look past that. I cannot look past the diva behavior and things like that, where I'm like, it's already burning down. It's like putting oil on the locker room that's burning down. Like, all of this scream, please do not do that. And the screams are not based on his qualities. Absolutely not. That's the thing, because I like his qualities as a footballer. Again, watch him in the Belgium League, watch him in France, watch him at Napoli. Didn't watch him at Galatasaray, I'm not going to be honest, but it's the same. Actually, it got better. But his character in this locker room, it strikes fear into me. It really does. It really does. And it pains me to say, because if you're being linked with a player that has qualities, undeniable qualities, we should be happy. But right now, I'm fearing for every player I like or has any sort of quality, because I feel like this club is going to bring them down. That's how I'm looking at it. And it's actually scary. It really is. It really is scary, you know. So let's see how that will go. But yeah, Giuntoli planning to spend a lot of money, not knowing who the coach is going to be, which is I don't know. Some way it is funny, but like if you're being honest, it's like it's one of the reasons why Juve fans are all over the place, you know. Anyways, let me know in the comments, what do you think about Sudokov? What do you think about Tonali? What do you think about spending big for the midfield again? Osimhen, do you think it is a problem, his character in this locker room? And also, to wrap it up, is the Kuiper, and I know a lot of you probably do not watch the Belgium league, you know. Anyways, how are you going to replace Cambiasso? And even on the right hand side, we need to do something as well. So let me know in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.